Okay, this is attempt number 5 at starting my Last War YouTube career. I am actually a mobile gamer in the sense that I play on my iPhone, and I do love the look of what these videos look like on PC. Tried it, failed horrendously because I'm a Mac user, so I had to borrow my friend's laptop, sorry, to try and get it done, but unfortunately it's not quite beefy enough. So let me just stick to the iPhone, considering that this is a mobile game after all, and most people might be watching this video on their phone anyway. So for the time being, we're going to stay on our phone. That was such a long-winded introduction for absolutely no goddamn reason. But the reason why I wanted to start this channel is to kind of give you guys a bit more of a commentary-based gameplay, as opposed to just straight up music reels and highlights, if you will. These videos are great, especially when you're an absolute beast of a player that can just plow through troops. But as you can see right here, I am most definitely not one of them. I'm currently at 222, 18th in my server, so I'm not, I'm not too bad. I'm decent. I'm in the top 20. I'll happily take that. But this will then hopefully provide you guys with a slightly different insight, perhaps, or just a slightly different way to approach the game, because we have some amazing content creators on YouTube already. A lot of them, or at least the ones that I see, are extremely strong, and their wallets might be deeper than most, especially when it comes to games. And so that's why I kind of wanted to offer a slightly different perspective on this game. And because we've just started, or we're about to start, Goldvein War, I figured this is the perfect opportunity to start it. It only took me 5 seasons, but here we are. So before we even crack on to Goldvein, it is Friday. We are up against the Imperial Cat Unity from the 840, and that's why you see a lot of presents that needs to be opened up. So how the week went so far: we took day 1, we had to exhaust quite a bit of our resources and XP. It was quite tight, 8.4 Gs versus 8.29. It went down to the wire. Then we let them have base for the second day in the hopes that we can, power through on day 5, Age of Science. Honestly, at this point, I wasn't too sure if they had given up. I don't think they have. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I'm not really sure of their tactic, because if I was on the opposite, and this isn't like, hopefully this doesn't come across as arrogant, but if I was in the opposing alliance, I would try to avoid enemy buster day because of who we have. And by who we have, I mean, not even like, we do have bigger players than them. Wrong click. There you go. We do have bigger players than them. Obviously, we have Holdout and Ent, absolute monsters, amazing people, but monsters. But also, if you look at our kills, these guys are just straight killers, bro. I'm at 30.9 mil, and I'm at number 35. Like, enemy buster day is what we live for. And I know that this alliance is meant to be good at PvP. It's still, like I said, if I was in the opposing alliance, that would be the last thing that I would be looking to do. Let me see their kills. I mean, they get up there as well, but not quite to our level, if I may say so. THB, they've got some big hitters as well. Anyway, so we'll see how today goes. We could potentially get it wrapped up and in the bag by today. If not, we'll definitely get the job done tomorrow. This should be interesting. Right now they're leading, but we are saving quite a bit of stuff for just before reset. Plus, I have to take these bad boys up to T11, which I might do so after this video. Now, onto the main subject of this video, and kind of the reason why I wanted to do this was to introduce Goldvein. Now, a lot of you guys will have seen Goldvein content, and like I just said, most of what we saw was primarily highlight reels with music, and I wanted to do a bit more talking. I'm probably going to be doing a mixture of both, but if I can talk about it and share some ideas, some tips, some tricks, some strategies, then perhaps you can apply them too. Now, before we do so, shit, I wanted to check. I think we were at Yeah, we went 72.55. Let's see what that does. So no more bond badges. We're now a perfect sync 8. 72.62. That's not too shabby. I could go up. I would need 14. I can get 10 from the weekly deal right here. Boom. And then I could get the remaining 4 from the honor store. But I think I'm just going to skip on it for now. It's not going to be that game breaking. Plus, it's only on level 9 to perfect sync. Yeah, it's not worth it. At least not for now. But what I am looking forward to do is getting this up to... Yep, I'll leave it there. Now you just go up to however much I can. Boom, that will do. So 450, 439, 419. This will be the next that I get to 450. And lastly, the attack to 450. What did that do for our squad? 7269. That's not too bad. Not a crazy jump, but the second squad did go up to 59 there, so I'm happy about that. Now, onto the main bulk of this video. Let me just grab... Okay, Goldvein. As you can see, we're the defending leader. This is kind of what we're looking like. We have 4 alliances over 20 Gs, with the first one us being over 30. Some big hitters as shown previously in the THB. We have Holdout and J, and fairly decent depth to our server. Hence this beautiful golden throne right here. We had first pick. And actually, before I get onto the first pick, let me show you who the attacking leaders are. We have 810, which is a European server, if I recall properly. They have 6 alliances at over 20 Gs, with the first one being at 29.1. I'm pretty sure once they all train their troops, this will be over 30 as well. So absolute beasts. And Iggy is leading the pack with 332 MTHP, followed by GCC with 314. And then it goes on to other players. Again, great depth. And one thing that I like to do is slot myself on their server to see where I would end up. And for me, that would be 18th. Sorry, let me just double check. Where are we after the gorilla upgrade? I'm curious to see. That took so many clicks. 222.6. Yeah, so I would be 18th on that server, which is the exact same spot. So, you know, although we do have top heaviness, they're extremely strong. Our first pick was 890, an American / Korean server. Again, great depth, great activity. In fact, the activity is why we opted for 890 as our first pick. 5 over 20 Gs alliance with a big boy in Rio that transferred over post season 5. They've been looking to get him for a long time, so I'm super glad for my 890 folks for finally landing him and reuniting with his friends. So yeah, great depth on this server as well, great activity. They all show up to war, they know how to fight, and that was our first pick. Now I'm going to show you guys the rest of who we had available, and as you can see, there is 2 servers here with golden thrones, but one especially, 903, and you might have come across them already because of this absolute beastly player. Firstly, let's talk about their alliances. They only have 2 alliances over 20 Gs, with the first one being a 30 G alliance. 903 is a server that unfortunately suffered a bit of an exodus. How do you say it? Exodus? So their second alliance left, want to say around or after season 4, and then a few more left after season 5, which is why we didn't pick them, despite them having Teddy at 538 MTHB, an absolute monster. Then the second at 300. But, you know, their top heavy strength is definitely there, but they lack a little bit of activity. And as the defending side, we need activity. Plus, and this is me being genuine here, if we had 903 on our side, that is 3 VIP 18s, 2 at over 500, and 1 in high 400s, which just wouldn't have... That's not me being disrespectful to the other side, And I'm not trying to say that it would have been a whitewash, but we just felt like the balance would be thrown off and wouldn't have been a good few weeks, basically. So we're hoping that 810 picks them. Then another server to watch out for, and hopefully we get to have them, is 833. Again, European server, 4 alliances, over 20 Gs. I thought they had 5. This is interesting. Okay, so 4 alliances over 20 Gs. We have 1 300 MTHB player in Sloppy, and some fairly decent depth as well and activity. That's who we're hoping to have as our third pick. Then you have 837 as well, another European server. Basically, one of the good things about European servers is their activity and their depth. You'll often find European servers to have a few alliances over the 20 Gs mark. In this case, you have 6. Now, because of the pack prices, at least up until 3 weeks ago, whenever they made those changes, you don't get a lot of whales on European servers, but you do make up for it in great activity. So their top guys are in the 260 region, and then there is quite a bit of a drop off. Like on this server, I would be 4th. So yeah, that's 837 going back. And then the last 2 are, unfortunately, I don't like to use the terminology dead servers, but they had a lot of people leave or quit, and because of that, they're not quite where they used to be. So 875 being the first one of them. Used to be American and Korean, now it's primarily Korean, with just 1 alliance over 20 Gs, and their first player in late 250s. I would be numero 4 on this one. Again, kind of unfortunate here, and same thing for 883. I think 883 might have it even worse, unfortunately. Yeah, bro. I mean, that, not to be rude, but when your first alliance is 12G in power, it's rough. And their first player is 166. So yeah, this server will unfortunately be in the attacking side, but who knows, they might show up in numbers, and Goldvein is very much about numbers. If you already have the whales and mega whales, then activity will basically trump everything. I would still say that having those huge players is beneficial, but activity definitely trumps for Goldvein, at least in my opinion. And if you have both, then you're onto a winner. But yeah, that's that for what our faction looks like. We are still awaiting to see who 810 are going to pick. They have 17 hours or at reset to basically make those final decisions, and then we will be making our decision with that going forward, and our first battle will be next week. But yeah, man, that's that for the first video. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I just kind of wanted to talk you through some of our Goldvein, because I am looking forward to documenting that with all the battles and everything. We pushed the gorilla a little bit. These skills we're not going to bother for the time being. The main one being brutal raw, that we'll be looking to get up to level 40. Then I'm trying to think, what else do I need to do today? Oh, we have Desert Storm, which I'm going to be filming and putting up, and we have Desert Storm, which I'm going to be filming and putting up. What else do we have? Oh, and I need to train units to rack up some VS points and open up all those presents, because I am no good at saving / hoarding. This is the most amount of presents that's been on my base, and yeah, I can't wait to open everything. Alright, I'm gonna end this video with this dig. Please pray for me. Hopefully we'll get it. How many people do we have in? No. 19. I see a few more arrows. Just click. Let's go. Thank you. Alright. Beautiful people. See you next time.